Welcome back. Now, Queen Elizabeth II's casket has arrived in Edinburgh, Scotland. Thousands of mourners lined the streets to pay their respects. Some threw flowers as the hearse wound its way through the countryside from Balmoral. I'm joined now by UK correspondent Olly Barratt. Olly, perhaps just tell us what we can expect next. I'm sure a lot has been happening over the past couple of days, but maybe you can just fill us in on what we can expect next.
Yeah, lots going on over the next 24 hours or so. As you say, the Queen's coffin has now arrived at Holyrood House Palace in Edinburgh. It was greeted by thousands and thousands of people on that 6-hour or so route from Balmoral. The vast majority of them were in complete silence as she went past, some people throwing flowers as the hearse drove by. On the arrival in Edinburgh, her daughter Princess Anne curtsying as the coffin went into the palace. And over the next 24 hours or so, Scotland will be part of the focus of what is coming next. King Charles is headed there on Monday. There will be a service in honour of the Queen, which he will attend along with the UK Prime Minister Liz Truss. There will be 24 hours in which the Queen is lying in rest in Edinburgh. People will be able to go and visit her coffin during that period. King Charles, before he heads to Scotland, actually has an engagement at the House of Commons on Monday morning. That will be significant for him as well, meeting with some of those lawmakers who've been involved in things like the proclamation of his reign as king. Here in Windsor today, that proclamation actually happened a few hours ago. Remember yesterday when we were talking about the idea of the proclamation starting at St James's Palace in London and then cascading out through other regions and towns and cities across the country. It happened here in Windsor today with very large crowds up at the castle behind me. And it will be Tuesday that the Queen's body will be flown south to RAF Northolt, the military base just outside London, and then that will be the time when, again, London becomes the major focus again, with the Queen due to lie in state for 4 days before her funeral, which, again, as we were discussing yesterday, is now confirmed for Monday, September the 19th.
Okay, it looks rather busy where you are now, Olly, compared to previous days. I know you said there are many people walking up to Windsor Castle, but it looks a lot busier today. And that probably speaks to the fact that more and more people are coming out to pay their respects and condolences. But I want to ask you, and I keep asking this every time we chat, but today, if I'm not mistaken, we got a chance to see Meghan and Harry, as well as Prince William and Kate. So that was quite interesting to see how they were walking out together and taking a look at some of the messages and flowers that were laid down.
Yeah, that was yesterday. That was this time yesterday, Heidi, that Harry and Meghan and William and Kate went for a bit of a walkabout just the other side of the castle from me here. By the way, Windsor would be deeply offended if you carry on saying that it's quiet. It's been very busy over the last few days, but today, you're right, has been much, much busier. That's partly because it's Sunday. And in fact, I bumped into an old friend earlier who was driving around one of these streets. I haven't seen her for years, and I said, have you been up to the castle? And actually, no, she and her family had driven for miles to get here and couldn't find anywhere to stop or to park, so they were having to drive straight home again without seeing the castle or pay their own tributes. That's how busy it's been in Windsor today, with people heading off who've been up to the castle, and people still coming up the hill to go up to the castle now to pay their tributes here. And of course, as we've been saying, Windsor becomes the sort of end point to all of this in many ways. When we have that funeral on Monday in London, after that, the Queen, her body will come here and end up being buried alongside Prince Philip in the grounds of Windsor Castle behind me.
Okay, great. I think there's a lot of activity coming in the next few days, but thank you so much for that update. We do appreciate that. That was eNCA correspondent Olly Barratt coming to us live from Windsor.